Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome to the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. We're back again.
We are. Another wave.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
It's really hot in here.
It's so hot, I'm wearing the only t-shirt I own with Val Kilmer on it.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. What is it?
It's a Willow t-shirt.
That's brilliant. I like that.
It was a Secret Santa present from
Oh, really?
my tennis partner.
Does that not make you hotter that Val Kilmer's on it?
Yeah, possibly. It's back in the 80s.
Isn't Willow coming back?
Yeah, this is like a Disney Plus reboot.
Yeah, I heard that. Excellent.
Like TV series.
Good choice of t-shirt.
Yeah, we've not done a washing for a while. So I'm down to the...
Sometimes it gets like, I haven't done any ironing because it's too hot.
Hi, why do you want to waste this heat ironing?
No, I don't. I'll just leave stuff outside.
Just leave them and clothes iron themselves eventually.
Yeah, eventually they do.
That's what happens. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, not bad. Had a few days off this week, so it's been
Nice.
nice and chilled.
Brilliant.
Chose the best 2 days for it, I think. It's been lovely sitting out in the sun.
Yeah, quite a few people. I mean, I'd still call them probably like twat tans.
Yes.
But I've met a couple of people today and I'm like, oh, you look really brown.
And then they roll the sleeve up.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm not.
But it's nice to see
I
people
think
with
I've probably got that.
bit of
for
colour.
one
I
myself.
definitely have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice. It's nice to have a proper summer for a change.
I will not complain about heat because
No.
I'm fine. Look, it's a bit uncomfortable.
The only time
at
you'll
night,
ever hear me complain about it is when I'm sitting in here doing a podcast because it's really hot.
But I love the heat. I will bring
Same.
it.
Bring it on.
I'll sit and cook. I'm fine.
We're not climate change deniers
No.
at all. We know that this is a fucking
Yeah.
bad situation. It's nice to take advantage of bad situations sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. What else? I don't know what else I had for the intro. I don't think I'd prepared anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
We don't have to prepare stuff.
having
just
fun
chat,
and
have a
enjoying
preamble.
life.
Yeah.
What did we watch last week?
That film,
Really putting you on the spot.
Robot Overlords.
It was my
your wild card.
card choice.
It
Any
was.
more thoughts on Robot Overlords?
Well, I sit next to a guy at work who has actually watched it
Okay.
because of the show, obviously, and he absolutely detested every second of it. He hated every minute of it, and I'm like, I don't get that. It's weird, but I don't understand a hatred for it. It's bizarre. But no, he hated every single minute of it.
Yeah, but
He said he would put it at the bottom of his stream table,
okay.
which is not right.
See, I was more sitting there again. I think I mentioned this last week. My brain was just like, "Why does this exist? How does this exist? Why
Yeah.
are these people in this film?" That interests me. What?
Yeah.
I
I wish there was somewhere where there was a story, but there isn't. As we said, there's no presence on the internet at all.
I think my only reflection that I probably didn't mention last week is like, I don't know. It was at 2014.
Yes.
So she wasn't maybe quite the queen of the comeback that she has been since. But
True.
But Gillian Anderson was woefully underused in
Yeah,
that
she
movie.
really was. She only in like 4 scenes.
And just was MILF in distress,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird, isn't it? And then Ben Kingsley was like in almost every scene.
Yeah. Just
It's a
being
weird film.
from Yorkshire and yeah.
I don't think I'll understand why that exists till my dying day.
No, me neither. But that is the beauty of
That's
the
what Bottom of the Stream's
randomizer
all about.
and
It's what we do.
Netflix. So there you go.
Random shit is on Netflix and we're going to point it out to you and we're going to do it forever.
Yeah. And, you know, if you watch it, it's on you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
doing that.
No
part,
judgment.
so-
Yeah, we do the watching, so you don't have to.
But feel free, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. What are we watching this week?
So come back here on Thursday. We are watching a war movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
A war horror movie. I mean, all war is horrific.
Warra.
But this is a horror movie.
Horror.
Yes.
It's a horror movie.
It's called Ghosts of War.
It is. It's about ghosts and war.
Yeah.
The title is nailed on.
I do love some of these titles.
Yeah, it's like,
You know exactly what Robot Overlords is giving you, don't you?
you really do.
And similarly, Ghosts of War.
Ghosts in War. Should be called Ghosts in War.
Yeah.
No, I think we're going to have a really fun time talking about
I think
that.
they could have called it War Ghosts, like a sequel to War Horse.
Horse. I like it. Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. It's,
There's a lot to
it's an interesting
unpack,
move.
I would say.
There's a proper good twist at the well. There's a proper twist at
There's
the
that
end.
twist.
There's
yeah.
that twist at the end. So yeah, we'll go deeper into that on Thursday. So come back here then to listen to us talk about Ghosts of War.
Yeah, do.
Right, should we get on with some Netflix news?
Yeah, let's hit the news.
What have we got?
Let's start with some one of our favourite subjects: creative ways to count viewers.
No, I love this sort of thing.
But we're stepping away from Netflix.
Oh, Netflix are not doing it this time.
Because we're going to talk about Disney, who
Cool.
are claiming victory over Netflix.
Oh, really?
Because they now have more streaming subscribers than Netflix worldwide.
Interesting.
If you add up Disney Plus subscribers,
Yeah.
Hulu subscribers,
Yeah.
and ESPN Plus subscribers,
Why would we do that?
because they're all owned by Disney.
But they're all 3 different streaming services.
Correct.
Okay.
Hence the creative counting. But Disney has said that as of the end of June, it had 221.1 million streaming subscribers worldwide across those 3 platforms. Netflix had 220.7 million.
So it's just the 400,000 people in between.
A win's a win. That's what this plucky little company that just, doesn't have much money, Disney, is saying. They've taken on the Netflix behemoth.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Prove anything with numbers.
Of course you can. Netflix will come out with something next week. It'll be exactly the same.
Disney also announced that they will launch their Disney Plus option with adverts this December.
I saw this. This is controversial. Have you seen the pricing structure?
I haven't seen this pricing structure.
It came out today, I think.
Okay.
So a Disney Plus subscription with adverts will cost $7.99 a month.
Okay.
Which is what it currently costs.
Okay.
And a Disney subscription without adverts will be $10.99 a month.
Well, that's just a cheap way to hide a price hike.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's really controversial. It's like, because Netflix have said that they're going to bring in a lower tier.
Yes.
So they're not affecting any of their current customers.
Yeah.
Whereas Disney Plus are affecting all of their current customers by giving them all adverts unless they pay £3 a month more.
Are you saying enjoy the lead while it lasts?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I
That's
am.
naughty.
That is naughty. It's not right.
That is not how to engage your customers.
It's proper Disney though, isn't it?
I would say.
It's proper Disney. So yeah, I don't know if that's been announced today. Somebody sent me the article earlier. I probably should have sent it to you.
Yeah, that's well, there's going to be more to come on that in the coming weeks.
I would imagine this lead might dwindle.
How many years do you think it will be before we get like the dramatization of the streaming wars?
It will come. It will. We had there was a Nintendo versus Sega documentary at one point, so that was the same thing from the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
like Napster versus Metallica.
Yeah, they all
that sort of
they
thing.
all come.
Yeah,
we'll get there. Cool. Next,
let's talk about one of our favourite subjects: creative counting.
We love creative counting on this show.
Number 2 for this week, because Purple Hearts, which is, I think we mentioned when we did the top 10 last week, has set a new record for Netflix.
Okay.
It is the new movie to Netflix stars Sophia Carson as a struggling singer and Nicholas Galitzine as a troubled Marine. They are forced into a marriage of convenience that eventually turns into an actual love story. Well, for the week beginning August the 1st, Netflix are saying that this movie drew 102.6 million viewing hours.
Okay.
That is the highest number of viewing hours in a single week for a film on Netflix this year.
Wow, okay, that's quite impressive.
The Grey Man is second with 96.5 in its highest week.
Okay. I don't mind the million viewing hours because they seem to be sticking with that.
Sure.
And then obviously you can do stuff around that.
In the same press release, Netflix say the Grey Man though had set a record for a bigger opening in its first 3 days.
Okay.
Because that had 88.6 million in its first 3 days, whereas Purple Hearts only had 42.3 million.
See, I think that's possibly more impressive because in its first 3 days it had 42.3 million. And then by the end of that week, it had 100.
No, I don't think that's necessarily so. I think it's more word of mouth, and it's like its second or third week that have been that.
Oh, okay. So that's grown.
Yes, it's grown. Yeah.
Whereas if Netflix, Grey Man topped out at its most at 96 million, but 88 of that was in its first 3 days.
Yeah.
Perhaps the 42 is more impressive
Possibly.
than the 88.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I say, you can prove anything with numbers.
Yes. I think what we need to stick with however many million viewing hours in the first 28 days of release. We'll stick with that. That's what they build their website around.
I love to think that there is just a room full of geeks at Netflix, just like counting with abacuses.
There absolutely
and
is.
They're like, yes, we've got one.
Found a record
We've
here.
got a record. If we cut it this way, over this much time,
Get that press release out there.
Yeah. Print it.
They must know that people pick up on this stuff, or do they not know that we sit here and pick up on this stuff every week?
I don't know, but it really it warms the cockles of my heart.
I do enjoy it. It is good fun.
We'll move away from numbers.
Okay, good.
And talk about this story in the UK, where a nurse at a care home has been sacked for binge watching Netflix at work for hours on end.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, the nurse was fired and stripped of her license after being unfit to work due to her habit of binge-watching shows on Netflix for hours on end when she was meant to be working. I mean, it's kind of only part of the story, because if you read further into this, it does actually say she just went to sleep at her desk.
Oh, okay.
On the night shift, she'd have a kip at 5 a.m. just before the morning shift came in. But come on,
I imagine that's more what she's been sacked for.
You'd think so. But that doesn't make as good a headline as sitting watching Netflix.
I know people who work from home and have Netflix on in the background. I'm sure you do it.
Look,
not that you're going to admit it publicly, but I'm sure you do.
I think it very much depends on your productivity.
Yeah. So it says here she ended up streaming shows on the app for hours on end while she did the paperwork in the reception area during overnight shifts. So she's sitting at her computer doing paperwork, watching Netflix. Is that bad?
I mean, I would suggest that, it's a care home. It's probably CCTV'd up to the eyeballs.
Yeah, maybe.
Know your lane, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. We don't know the full story, but it doesn't seem... I presume there's a lot more to it.
Cool,
okay.
I think this is a real interesting bit of technology advancement from Netflix.
Cool.
And that is the fact that the upcoming animation movie Supergiant Robot Brothers.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm sold already.
Me too.
Which is about two giant robot brothers who, in the future, defend the Earth from an evil galactic empire.
Okay.
You've sold me more. Didn't
Absolutely.
need it. Is one of the first animated series to have been filmed entirely in real time.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
How does that work?
They draw really fast.
They must do.
Because they've used the Unreal Engine.
Oh, okay.
Which is, computer games and stuff. So they've basically
animated this and played it as a game in real time.
Yeah, it's motion capture type stuff, isn't it? So,
wow.
Yeah, motion capture and virtual camera blocking of characters and actions straight to animation. I think that's really interesting.
That is really interesting. I wonder how that'll look.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how that turns out. The director of Supergiant Robot Brothers, Mark Andrews, said that he's
the wrestler.
He has loved the American football player.
That's where I was going to next when you said if you were supposed to say no, and then I was going to go the American football player, but you didn't.
So, has loved using it. He says using real-time animation was a great idea. I've just shot an animated series like it's live action. And it blows my mind.
That is kind of blown my mind a little bit.
Yeah. It says, by using the Unreal Engine, the world of the animation exists in 3 dimensions in the same way a real world does. That allows the camera to move through and build the shot.
Wow.
That sounds cool.
That is really cool. Why has nobody thought to do that before?
I mean,
the Unreal Engine's
I'm kind of guessing that maybe they've tried it, but it's just not quite been at that point. I'm not sure.
Interesting. We will definitely keep our eye on that.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by that. Next,
let's get an update on a story from a couple of weeks ago. The battle between Netflix and the unofficial Bridgerton musical.
Oh yeah, that was last week we talked about.
Was it?
I think. Yeah.
So Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear have had to cancel their London concert of the unofficial Bridgerton musical, which was supposed to take place on September the 20th at a small venue called the Royal Albert Hall.
Tiny.
The statement was released saying, sadly, Barlow and Bear have cancelled their performance due to ongoing legal action. Refunds are available. This is just going to run, this one, I think. It's going to be very interesting.
Either that or it's going to go away very quickly.
I don't know how much money makes that go away. I'm not speculating.
Or do they just drop it? They're not going to want a legal battle with Netflix, are they?
I wouldn't have thought so.
You're not going to win one. Okay, we'll keep our eye on it. That's good that you had an update. Thank you. I can't look at that website either. So many websites these days just don't allow people to read them.
It's
the whole point of them.
It's quite a key fundamental aspect of a website. Yeah. Or those ones are the worst where you can get onto it, but then it's impossible to move through or read because there's so many things flying up at you or answer this question to continue reading the article. I'm like, no, I don't need to read it.
We've kind of broken the internet, haven't we?
Yeah.
In such a short amount of time.
It's wrong. Can't be used for good, can it?
No.
We have an update on an upcoming Netflix movie, The Pale Blue Eye.
Okay.
It is in rare company because it is going to get an R rating.
Wow, on Netflix?
Yes.
Which is unusual.
Has only happened a couple of times before, one of which is the upcoming Marilyn Monroe biopic. Well, so Will, The Pale Blue Eye, you may remember we mentioned it months and months ago.
I don't remember.
It's the movie that is going to star Christian Bale, and he's a detective who takes on board a young cadet who happens to be Edgar Allan Poe, and they are going to solve murders and grisly goings on.
I imagine it's going to be a gore fest.
It's got quite the cast. Gillian Anderson's in it.
Oh, is she really?
Just to bring things full circle.
Ben Kingsley?
Robert Duvall.
Oh, almost.
Toby Jones.
I love Toby Jones.
Charlotte Gainsbourg.
Oh, cool.
Timothy Spall.
Ugh.
Charlie Tahan.
Really?
Also in it.
Oh, I love Charlie Tahan. I've got a lot of time for Charlie Tahan. I like that he's getting more work.
And it will be directed by Scott Cooper, who's also worked previously with Christian Bale in Hostiles and Out of the Furnace. That does sound like a good movie. I would definitely be keeping my dark brown eye.
I'll keep my pale blue one on.
That sounds bad.
Yeah.
Out for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a bit of a week of updates because we can mention since last week's big news about Batgirl being cancelled, and the general meltdown of Warner Brothers and their streaming services, that it has been announced by the CEO David Zaslav that they are, I believe, essentially resetting the DC universe again with a 10-year plan. I feel like this was a story about 4 years ago. Yep. And we're on about the third reset. Well, they're going to do it again.
They're not going to do it. They're not.
It feels like no one is still in a chair enough to see it through.
No, exactly.
You can't do a 10-year plan if every 2 years you change the people in charge of the plan and they want to do something different.
For a start, you've got the Joker sequel coming soon.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit into any of their...
Aquaman
DC
2
universe.
Still coming.
Yeah. Blue Beetle's just wrapped filming.
Yeah.
The guy, Sholo Marijuana, is really worried about that now. Because it's literally just wrapped and then that Batgirl got cancelled. So they've already got stuff on the slate. So unless they're going to build this new universe around these films they've already got made.
Or, no, we've got a 10-year plan, but it doesn't include those 3 things that are still coming.
Okay, so we're
starting, I don't know.
We're starting after the next 3 years.
It makes no sense. It's an absolute mess.
They don't seem to know what they're doing. Unless they're just like, right, we've got these 3 movies coming. We'll start from there. That's the beginning. That's your Iron Man. And then we'll go from there and build this universe.
Even though one of them's Aquaman 2 starring a load of people who we might not be using going forward.
Yeah, exactly. And one's Joker that doesn't even fit into any universe anywhere. Yeah, I don't know.
What a shit show.
It really is. So, and does anybody care?
I could not be less enthused.
This is not the time to be putting a 10-year plan on superheroes movies out there because
at what point did you just go...
market seems to be dying off for them.
Yeah, at what point do you have to go, we've just missed the bus on this?
Yeah, I think you do. People don't get as excited about the Marvel projects now as they did.
No, but that did seem to kick up a gear with their, Marvel have at least said this is what you're getting now for the next 5 years.
But nobody was like, "Oh, I'm super excited for this next 5 years of Marvel movies."
But
I don't know. I don't trust Warner Brothers enough to know that they can have a good 10-year plan.
To be that far behind now just feels difficult.
It does feel difficult
to roll back.
Difficult is a good word.
But
to just start, and they won't cut everybody off either. They're not going to start afresh and right. We need a new Batman, we need a new Superman, and we'll build it from there.
Yeah,
they won't. They'll bring back the characters, the actors they've already got in those roles. So then you've automatically got sequels happening.
Sure.
So if you're going to do it, you need to literally draw a line and start again.
Yeah, and people forget as well, don't they, that Iron Man started off the whole Marvel thing. Yeah. Iron Man was not a giant in the, yes, for comic book readers, but I'm talking just general, casual.
No. I feel like the Marvel
audience.
Universe happened by mistake. I don't think there was ever a massive plan for 20 years or whatever.
It was a process, wasn't it?
Yeah. Interesting. We'll keep our eye on it, but I wouldn't get too excited.
So, Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie, I think have spent too much time together. So they're seemingly forever have been filming back-to-back the next two Mission Impossible movies.
That does seem to be going on
directed by McQuarrie and obviously starring and produced by Tom Cruise. I genuinely don't even know what number we're up to on them.
No, same.
I think it might be 7 and 8, but I'm not 100% sure.
Couldn't tell you, and I couldn't tell you when the last one was either.
Well, they've obviously spent a lot of time together. They've done an interview with Deadline and basically said, we like working together so much that we want to go and make a musical together.
Okay.
We're also working on an idea for another action movie that we hope to launch a franchise.
Okay.
That isn't Mission Impossible.
Right.
And after we've done all that, we'd really like to do a whole movie based upon Tom Cruise's character Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder.
A spin-off, Tropic Thunder spin-off.
Do you know can you remember that when he went? Oh, he put the bowl cap on and the pot belly, and he was like
vaguely
the sort of Rupert Murdoch type guy in front of the screens yelling at everyone, and he did a dance at the end.
Yeah, vaguely do remember that. Don't we have to forget that Tropic Thunder exists?
I think so,
because Robert Downey Jr. did blackface, and we like him too much to cancel it. That's basically what so we just forget that movie exists.
That's a very interesting point.
It is.
Yeah, I had kind of forgotten Tropic Thunder. I'm victim to the system.
That's it.
Good movie. I remember that being a good movie.
Yeah, it's all right. I think I've only seen it once.
Deadline says the pair is only in the early stages of considering these movies. You've got to finish the ones you're on. But yeah, that's it. They want to be a partnership for the ages, apparently.
They're just going to work together forever. Good for them.
I mean, if you're going to latch on to anyone, Tom Cruise, I suppose, he's a man who can get movies made. Let's not mention the Scientology part of it.
I wonder if he's ever had a movie refused. I wonder if his studio's ever gone, we're not making that. I doubt it. He's just whatever. He could get made whatever he wants made.
Yeah, of course he can.
He's at that stage, isn't he?
Battlefield Earth 2. Scientology harder.
Next.
Okay, Jeff Nichols is a movie director. Okay. I don't know if you've ever seen a couple of his previous movies, Mud or Take Shelter.
I've heard of them. I haven't seen either of them.
He was signed up to direct the first spin-off in the Quiet Place cinematic universe.
Okay, we've got a Quiet Place cinematic universe, have we? Okay.
But he's jumped ship.
He's left.
Yeah, he's not doing that anymore.
Right.
Because
what's he doing?
He's developed his own original movie, which artistically You go for it, mate.
Yeah, why not?
It's called The Bike Riders.
Okay.
And he's also got to sign up for this movie Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, and Jodie Comer.
Good cast. Jodie Comer's the girl of the moment.
He's written a script for it as well, based on a 1967 book, also called The Bike Riders. It's an original story based on the book, following the rise of a Midwestern motorcycle club. The synopsis says, seen through the lives and the eyes of its members, the club evolves over the course of a decade from a gathering place for local outsiders into a more sinister gang, threatening the original group's unique way of life. Cameras roll in October.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like what was the TV show?
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, the movie.
It does a little bit.
No word if it's going to be set in the 60s or if it's an updated version. But I thought that sounded kind of interesting.
Yeah, it does. Austin Butler's a good-looking guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just got one of those faces.
It looks like he should be in Stranger Things.
He does look like he should be in Stranger Things. That's a good shout. Next.
Omar Sy.
Okay, yep.
Is graduating from Netflix school because he has signed up to the remake of the John Woo movie, The Killer.
Right.
The catch is John Woo's remaking it.
John Woo's remaking his own movie?
Yes, yeah.
Good for him.
It will be on Peacock.
Okay.
And yeah, Omar Sy is going to star in this. I think I have seen it years ago. The original starred Chow Yun-fat as a hitman who accidentally blinds an innocent woman during a hit and becomes determined to get her the treatment she needs, whilst also completing one last job.
It's always the last job, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it never goes wrong on the first one.
No, exactly.
Good for Omar Sy. He deserves that.
Yeah, again, production starts before the end of the year and should be out in 2023. I mean, it's a good fit. He's an action star ready to go, isn't he?
He really
that
is.
guy.
Yeah,
Great presence.
Yeah. Great look.
It's like they upgraded Idris Elba.
Yeah, it really is. That's a great show.
And I like Idris Elba.
Yeah, same. But he is an upgrade. Cool. Are we done?
That's all the news.
Good news. Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you for your contribution.
That's a pleasure. Feel we've gone formal. That's fine.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream, Nick?
I have watched a few things.
Okay, I've watched quite a bit this week as well.
Because there was a couple of less people in my house this weekend. So.
Oh, that's nice. Intentionally, or?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I had more control of the devices and the remotes than usual.
That's nice.
So I was looking for a movie on Saturday night.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure what to go for.
What did you find?
And I went to Disney Plus and I watched Prey.
Okay.
Which is the newest Predator movie.
Right.
I really enjoyed it.
Was it good?
Yeah, I had a great time. It was a perfect Saturday night movie.
Peter and a Magnum movie.
Gory, looked great, good acting, good action.
Oh, I might have to check that out.
Really fun.
It's been ages since I watched a Predator movie. Will it affect me if I don't really? I know this.
No. So this is set in the 1700s.
Oh right, okay.
So it's Predator in the past.
So it's a prequel.
Origin
story.
No, it's not origin. It's a Predator and he's fighting against a load of Comanche Indians.
Sweet.
Which then makes me think, either intentionally or unintentionally, they've just stumbled upon what all Predator movies can now be.
Yeah.
Just have predators in different time periods.
Yeah. If they've always been there, just
like cowboys, Egyptians, Victorians, whatever. Because just use the weapons of the time. The obviously in this one it's the sort of the frontier. So there's lots of great scenery and
I might check that out.
Great locations and that's all involved in these fights and stuff. But yeah, it's just a machine now. Just crank them out.
Crank them all out, yeah.
Same template, different setting. You can do
something a winner.
different. Yeah. Don't make it too complicated.
No. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. When you put in the Discord that you'd watched this movie called Prey, and I was like, what's that? I'd not even heard of it. So I looked on Netflix, and there's a movie on Netflix called Prey, and I'm like, what's he watched that for? That looks well random. I was like, yeah, it's some sort of weird early 2000s movie, I think.
The human star of Prey is Amber Midthunder, which is
what a wonderful name.
Best name. She's really good in it as well.
Excellent.
Yeah, so solid recommendation for me.
Cool.
I've watched a couple more episodes of the Resident Evil show. I think I've only got 2 left now.
Okay, get in there.
I don't understand the hate this is getting because I've had a great time.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to check it out.
It's like it's pulpy, and it's not like back-to-back gore fest.
Yeah.
But I'm well invested.
Oh, good. I've heard a few good things about it. I've heard a lot of bad things about it.
Yeah.
But I think, like we said a few weeks ago, I think it's going to be the fans of the series that are against it.
Yeah, because I've got that freshness.
Yeah.
I think
you're just in for the ride.
Pretty open-minded.
No relationship with these characters.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you're doing anything wrong or different to the games. Just I'm having a good time.
That's the main thing. That's what it's all about.
And then the other thing I've watched is all of the I say series. There's only 3 episodes. Could have been a movie, really, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Netflix just chopped it up. We've got Woodstock 99, Trainwreck.
Trainwreck, it's called. I've watched it. I watched all 3 as well. I feel like we could do a whole episode on this if we
100%.
This
could be a good bonus episode. Actually,
this is a ridiculous story.
Yeah.
What? I had no clue this festival had even ever happened.
I vaguely remember
it. Knew nothing about it.
Was a thing.
I was fascinated. I watched the first. It was like 10 o'clock on last Saturday night.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll stick one of them on just like last hour before I go to bed. And then it was 1:30 in the morning, and I'd watched all 3.
Did you in a row?
I literally watched all 3 in a row. I'd never watch a 3.5 hour movie. I just wouldn't do it. But I watched 3 episodes of that. I couldn't turn it off. I thought it was absolutely fascinating.
They start setting
Really
up this festival, and then you just see the people behind it make mistake after mistake after mistake.
And you can see it all happening in real time because each episode's a day of the festival.
It is.
Friday, Saturday,
and you've got
Sunday.
the clock ticking.
Plus MTV live streamed all of it. So there's a lot of footage. There's a lot of backstage footage, a lot of live footage, a lot of crowd footage. So it's all there to see, and you can watch it just disintegrate in front of your eyes.
It's inhumane. The conditions that they put the punters through, the attendees, it's unbelievable. In fact, they were taking. It was like the hottest 3 days of the year.
Yeah,
middle of summer in New York.
Took
on an old airbase, concrete.
Yeah, tarmac floors.
Yeah,
took all their water off them on their way in and charged them £12 a bottle when they got in.
Yeah,
it's madness. I think it's a really interesting study on how quickly a human being will turn feral just with like taking one thing or a few basic needs away from them.
The big takeaway for me is that these people who organised it, and they're in this.
Yeah, they're both
talking heads.
Yeah, they're both 100% in it.
Still
proud of their accomplishment.
Yeah, well, we achieved a good. That wasn't our fault. It's just these kids. The dirty kids.
I've never seen such delusion. They were still there now. What 24
there's nothing
years
else
later?
we could have done. We didn't do anything to contribute to this. When he tries to blame the whole thing on Fred Durst.
Yeah, it's all Fred Durst's fault. He headlined on the Saturday
That guy
night.
was a scumbag. That guy who organised it. And he kind of my criticism would be of Netflix. My criticism of Netflix would be a lot of bad things happen at the festival to people. Like, there's lots of stories of sexual assault and rape, and that is, I didn't like how much that was kind of glossed over.
It was almost taken as a given that it was happening, and
and I don't think that's the right approach.
No, I get that.
It really could have been more. Could have been made of that.
Yeah, I guess so. I think they just wanted to get over how feral this crowd went.
Yeah.
And then, but you can't focus in on individual stories in such a small runtime, I suppose. But I imagine there's loads of stories to come out of that.
It was vile.
It was unbelievable. It's a fantastic documentary, though. If you're in the mood for a documentary about a 24-year-old festival, go and watch it because it's fucking brilliant.
And they gave them all fire on their last day.
But I've never known my mouth to just drop open before to when they just went, then we thought we'd have a candlelit vigil at the end. What?
So they just gave candles to
the whole place just catches
audience.
fire. Yeah. I watched Fire Festival the night after.
Oh yeah.
So I'd never seen that. So I wanted the comparison. I don't know why I'd never seen it. It just never got to my radar. And that is also a crazy story, like a mental story. But I feel like this Woodstock is completely on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Woodstock 99 is what would have happened if the Fire Festival had gone ahead and not got cancelled at the last minute. They're both fantastic documentaries, but the Woodstock one is just mind-boggling.
It's like they're the guy from the public health, and it's like, oh yeah, we were taking samples of the drinking water, and it's like coming back, and it was all just full of shit. But then nothing was done about it. It's like they were not in a position, or they didn't have the authority to like
do anything.
Pull the plug, shut this down. It's like I don't know how no one died.
No, I don't know how nobody died. I don't understand how everybody survived that.
Or no one went to prison.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, if you want to check it out, check it out. It's called Trainwreck Woodstock 99. And it really is a train wreck. It's brilliant.
That's it for me. How about you?
Yeah, like I said, I watched that. I watched the Fire Festival one as well, just to get a comparison. I've also watched a show that apparently you've already seen called Swap Shop.
I don't know if I've seen all of them.
I presume there
might be a new series.
I presume a new series has just landed.
I'm sure I've mentioned it on the show before.
I don't remember it, but maybe you have. We've done a lot of these shows before.
Yes, we have. It's very true.
It just came up on my algorithm, and I've got a thing for Netflix reality shows at the minute for some reason. There was Big Timber, and then there was
Pirate Gold,
and then Blown Away. So now I've got onto Swap Shop, which is about a radio station in Tennessee that people ring into when they've got something to swap, trade, or sell.
And
then these people
everyone has to just race
there as fast as you can to buy the
get
stuff.
The best stuff.
I've watched both series of it in the last week.
Nice.
It's a really easy half an hour watch. Some of the characters are really compelling. They're really interesting people, and it's kind of the life I wish I had. I wish I lived in rural Tennessee, just buying and selling.
I could see you.
Could see me
on your porch,
in a Stetson,
tuning in every morning,
and then
on your wireless,
to buy
and then
some old clothes or something.
Yeah, getting in your pickup to look through a loft of.
I could run a
God
junk
statues.
shop in Tennessee. That seems like a piece of me. I could do that.
It's like the young guy with the baseball cap who's got quite a. They always knock around together.
Yeah,
he's got
his
quite
old mate. Yeah,
a bit of a normal shop, and then his old mate who's literally just got a
Bob
shed
Mart.
with
His
Bob
name's
Mart.
Bob, and his shop's called Bob Mart.
Yeah,
and he just sells junk. He just buys and sells junk. But they must share business because they've got the same van. Their van's labelled up with both companies. Yeah, so I've really watched that. I'm really enjoying that. It's a lot like American Pickers. If you like American Pickers, it's a similar sort of vibe. Storage Hunters, that sort of thing. I've also started 2 shows this week.
Okay.
I started Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I'd give it a go just to see what it's like. I've done 3 episodes.
Cool. What's your first thoughts?
I've enjoyed them.
Yeah.
And I'm not racing back for any more of them.
Okay.
And I don't really understand why.
Do you think you'll get there?
I will. I will 100% watch the whole series. But I've enjoyed it. It's one of those things, I'm enjoying it as I'm watching it.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to watching something...
It's not top of your list.
It's not top of my list to watch
anymore.
That's fine. But it's really good. It feels really well made.
Yeah.
The story's a little bit convoluted. I don't really know what's going on, if I'm honest with you. But it's quite interesting. It's got Asim Chowdhury in it.
Yeah.
And the other guy. They play Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Sanjeev Bhaskar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They play Cain and Abel. They were really good in the scene that they've done so far. But yeah, no, check it out. It's good.
Okay.
I will keep
it is on my list.
It's a bit like you with Resident Evil, I suppose. You did a couple and then you weren't sure if you were going back and then you did. I think I'll probably do the same thing. And then I also watched the first episode of The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Oh, okay.
Which is another new documentary that Netflix have brought out this week. It's about a guy who ran a revenge porn business.
Yes.
In the mid to late noughties, 2010, 2011 sort of time. That's a crazy story. It's like the internet didn't seem to have any rules back in those days. Yeah. And you could just do whatever you wanted.
I don't know if it's got many more now. But...
No, probably not. But he was ruining lives and enjoying the fact that he was doing it.
Oh, he was actually taking pleasure in it.
Oh, he loved it. He absolutely loved it. And yeah, he just whatever he could do to ruin your life. He was. There's a debate. I've only done 1 episode, so I'm not sure how it ends up. But there's a debate on whether he's hacking emails to get these photos.
Okay.
And if he is, then obviously that's illegal. But everything else he was doing wasn't illegal. So people were submitting these images of various people that they know. But then he would find their Facebook profiles and their phone numbers and put them with the pictures.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, and this website was like revenge porn, but also if you want to contact these people, here's the details. Yeah. It ruined people's lives. Wow, people were losing their kids over it. It was just people getting divorced. Yeah. It was mad. It's an absolutely mad. I would definitely finish that. I don't know how many there is, but yeah, I don't know where this guy is now either. It's not told me. Okay. Yet, so I need to find that out.
Awesome.
But yeah, check that out. It's an interesting documentary. The story of Butthole Girl. It's just like Wow.
Worst superhero ever.
Or the best. Depending on where you want to go. All right, we've got a confession to make.
Yeah.
We've completely forgotten to do a real talk this week.
Well.
We texted each other earlier and we were like, shit, we've not done a real talk. So apologies for that.
It's just been a weird week. Mid-season break.
Yeah, you've been away, I've been away. It's all been a bit crazy. So we've had a week off from real talk. Hopefully we can get back into some sort of routine now, but then I'm going away in September, so probably not.
Real talk will be back next week.
Real talk will be back next week, and we're still getting episodes out, so we know what we're doing. We've been doing this a long time now. But yeah, unfortunately we forgot. So hands up. There's our confession. So do you want to do the Netflix top 10?
Yeah, we can have a look.
You've got a game,
I have got a game, yeah.
Excellent. So we'll run through the top 10, and then Nick will do a game, and that'll be another wave in the bag. So the Netflix top 10 of movies in the English language.
I think I've spoiled the number one.
You have spoiled the number one. For week commencing the 1st of August is in number 10 is Sing 2, 7th week in the charts. The viewing hours have dropped right down there, 7.9 million this week.
It's hot. People are outside.
They are.
Summer,
it's true.
Except in Australia. Okay.
Yeah, apparently it's quite cold in Australia. Men in Black 3 is at number 9, first week on the chart.
They're weird films, aren't they?
Yeah, the first one's great, but
yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they even made that one with Chris Hemsworth in, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Is that a remake of the original?
No,
or
it's
is it just another sequel.
It's the same film with different people.
Okay, fair enough. Tower Heist is at number 8, also first week on the charts. I don't know what that is.
It's a Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy movie.
Okay, yeah.
From about 15 years ago.
Fair enough. 7, The Age of Adeline.
Sure.
Any ideas?
No.
Never heard of it.
No. None whatsoever.
So that's at number 7. Number 6 is Spider-Man Far From Home. That seems to have an American audience. 5 is The Sea Beast, 5th week on the charts.
Great film.
Yeah, you've said you really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did.
Number 4 is The Wedding Season.
It's summer. It's the
summer
time
chick flick summer,
of rom-coms.
Rom-coms and chick flicks.
The summer rom-coms.
Uncharted has hit Netflix in America as well this week, so that's at number 3.
Did you like that? I can't remember.
I did. I enjoyed that, but I've got a real thing for Tom Holland, as everybody knows. I think he's a fantastic actor, so yeah, I did enjoy it. Number 2 is The Grey Man, as because Nick spoiled earlier. Purple Hearts is at number 1 with 102.59 million viewing hours in its first 7 days.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, indeed.
There you go.
We need to find out more about what Purple Hearts is about.
I literally told you earlier.
Oh, did you? Okay. I wasn't listening. Interesting news from the world of Netflix this week, though, is that The Grey Man has made it into the all-time top 10.
Oh, cool.
So it dropped straight in at number 6. So with its first 28 days of release, number 6.
Hurts me to see that Red Notice is
still at number 1.
But there we go.
What will ever knock it off? Whatever does needs to get more than 364 million viewing hours in its first 28 days. TV in the English language. Stranger Things Season 3 is at number 10. Manifest Season 3 is at number 9. Trainwreck Woodstock 99. Season 1 it says, but I don't think there'll be another.
No, that's very strange labelling.
That's at number 8. 20 million viewing hours. Mad. Manifest Season 2 is at number 7. Uncoupled Season 1 is at number 6. Manifest Season 1 is at number 5. People are getting mad for Manifest at the minute. 14 weeks in the charts.
That's crazy.
Stranger Things 4 is at number 4. 3 things above it, though. Virgin River Season 4 is at number 3. Keep Breathing is still holding its place at number 2. And The Sandman Season 1 is gone in at number 1.
69.5 million viewing hours.
Yeah. They're long episodes, though. They're an hour.
First week. Okay.
There you go. That's your TV.
Nice. Good roundup.
Thank you. Right, where we're at. We're all right. We're doing well for time. We're going to do your game.
We're going to play a game.
What we got?
This week, as we mentioned at the start, we are watching a movie called Ghosts of War.
We are.
Someone who is in that movie is Billy Zane.
Okay.
So we're playing a game about Billy Zane.
Fair enough.
It's called Billy Zane or Silly Insane.
Okay, good name.
I've got 5 Billy Zane facts. Some of them are true, some of them are false. You tell me, is it true, Billy Zane, or false, silly, insane?
Okay. I'm going to be terrible at this.
I'm
not sure I even really know who Billy Zane is, if I'm honest.
He was in Titanic. He was the Phantom.
Who was he in this? I don't remember him being in this film.
He plays 2 roles in this movie. And that's all I'm saying. You're going to have to come back on Thursday because I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
He was in Titanic.
I know. Yeah, I know. I can see his face.
And I think for a while he was engaged to Kelly Brook and he was in all the tabloids. Yeah. It's that guy. Honestly, he's quite a big part in this movie. I can't believe you didn't know he was in it. But okay, we'll get to that on Thursday.
Fair enough.
There's a tease. Okay, so we'll start off. I think this is an easy one.
Okay.
Let's see how you go. Billy Zane and Elijah Wood both made their movie debuts in the same movie franchise.
Oh, okay. So what would have been Elijah Wood's movie franchise? Was Elijah Wood in like Critters or something like that?
That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, it is. But it was something along those lines, I think. True. It's too random to not be.
It is true. Billy Zane made his movie debut in Back to the Future. Elijah Wood made his movie debut in Back to the Future Part 2.
I knew it was some sort of iconic 80s movie.
Good. Correct.
He must have been really young in that, Elijah Wood.
Yes, he was a little boy in the cafe.
Okay.
Billy Zane is a keen environmentalist and this year teamed up with Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, at a tree planting initiative in Gothenburg in Sweden.
That's very random. Yeah, I'm going real again. Why not?
It is real. It is real. Well done. Billy Zane is a keen reptile fancier and has a large private reptile zoo at his ranch in Montana.
Okay, that also sounds feasible. But at the same time, I don't know if he'd have time. No, false.
Correct.
Oh, I'm doing well on my business.
Billy Zane knowledge is on point.
I couldn't even pick him out of a crowd, I don't think. That's quite impressive.
Okay, well, we'll do the last two anyway. In 2002... Billy Zane invested in the Los Angeles Rumble, a founding member of the Slam Ball League. He is a long-time player of the sport and also made 6 appearances for the team that season.
What on earth is Slam Ball?
Slam Ball. It's like it's basketball but with trampolines.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen videos. Yeah, real.
No, it's insane.
You make that up?
Yeah.
We're weirdo.
Okay, last one. Billy Zane turned up unannounced at a bar in Manchester, England, and joined in with a pop-up painting class where he painted a version of Vincent van Gogh's Starry Nights.
That is like uber random. Real.
It is real. It was in 2018 when he was filming in the city. What a guy. What a character.
What a guy indeed. What a strange man.
You got 4 of those right.
I did, considering I couldn't tell you now what he looked like. I'm quite impressed with myself.
If I was a reasonably well-known movie star, I'd just rock up and be like, yeah, I'll do a painting.
But there's always that story about...
I'm just in a hotel over the road, so...
Yeah, why not? There's always that story about Bill Murray used to go up behind people in Manhattan and just put his hands over their face and say, guess who?
Yeah.
It'd be like Bill Murray. It's just really random. Apparently he used to do that. I'd do shit like that if I was super famous.
Fine.
Just be weird. I'd be eccentric.
Eccentric.
I'm not eccentric now, but I think if I had money, I would be. Are we done?
We're done.
I think we're done. I think we've waved out. It's really hot in here, so forgive us if the episode's a little bit shorter than normal. But yeah, we're going to go now and talk about Ghosts of War.
Sure am.
We're going to have some fun with it because it's a very fun movie, I think is a good way to describe it.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure.
There certainly is. So yeah, come back to us on Thursday and we'll talk to you about Ghosts of War.
Cheers.
Bye.